Armenian Studies has been established in Oxford University as a field since the endowment by the Calouste Gulbenkian Foundation of a chair of Armenian Studies in 1965. There have been three incumbents, Professor Charles Dowsett, Professor Robert Thompson, and since 2002 by myself. My own research concentrates on Armenian literature. I am working both on modern Armenian poetry, but I'm working on Armenian poetry, sometimes in modern period, but my main research is in medieval Armenian literature. I'm very interested in the relationship between language and religion, in mysticism, in religious experience, and in the way literature is made, is written, its rhetorical devices. And in order to look better at that, I have chosen various subjects. One of them is the 11th century erudite and most learned Armenian, perhaps of all times, Grigor Magistros Pahlaouni, whose letters, written in quite a difficult Armenian, are very interesting treasure troves for themes that one finds throughout Armenian history: the relationship between the Armenian people and its church, the relationship of the Christian Armenians with their pre-Christian past, the development of Armenian epic poetry, in which Grigor is immensely interested, the genealogy of the houses. Grigor is immensely interested in the fact that he hails back from the Arsacid family, but also from Grigor Lusavovich as a Parthian. His letters are interesting also because they cast light on the relationship between Armenia and Byzantium in a period in which Armenia is in great danger of being swiped off the map, as the kingdoms are. The Armenian church is in grave danger and survives. A few years after Grigor's death, Grigor's son becomes Catholicos, Grigor Vakayaser, the second Grigor in a long line of Grigorids, if you want. What is interesting in his letters is also that he talks about exile in a very interesting way, which certainly finds Artsakang, so reflections, echoes in the modern period. I also work on the reception of the throne vision of Ezekiel in Armenian literature, and here we have a combination both of interior Christianity, so the mystical experience of becoming like Christ. This is what we find in Vartan and Atsisi, 11th century, magnificent poem. Also, we find the political aspects of that, the nation that has to return from its exile or from its diaspora or from its political suppression into a situation of freedom. And this we find, for instance, in the commentary on Ezekiel by the great abbot of the 14th century of Gladzor, 13th and 14th century, Yezaime Chetsi, whose university in the monastic center of Gladzor was paralleled by Tatev in the 14th and 15th century, where Grigor Tatevatsi worked, who had, like so many people before him, to deal with two great problems for the Armenian people, namely the pressure of Islam on the one hand, and to a lesser extent, but no less real, pressure from the Roman Catholic Church, and the development of an Armenian nation where also economic pressures were immense. So the dynamics of medieval Armenian literature are far greater than people often think. And it's already extremely interesting to study close up the conversion of Armenia, the invention of the alphabet, all matters that people think are very contemporary, in fact have already a bearing in that earliest text that we have in the 5th century.